It's a little dirty. So basically my work truck, but in the form of a GXP. Got a wide band ran in her. Got a couple fans and stuff ran. Extra. Temporary for now, because I'm still in the middle of the build and I daily drive it, so sometimes you gotta rush to get to work, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I got this awesome cold air intake housing, cold air inductions, not sponsored by any of the companies I bring up. But I personally liked this housing. It looks like it was well built, and though I've modified it obviously for my application, they did a good job with the stock one. As for the intake, you could see in there I got my LS7 math sensor. It's ran as far as I could for now out of the way of the throttle body. Gave it a 4-inch intake tubing. Ran a fuel pressure gauge on there just for the hell of it. Moved the tubing for the fuel line from right over the middle here, which it wasn't like too bad. I had to clearance the hood at a point, so I didn't have to lower the subframe just yet. But eventually, it's a, you know, it's not a beaut. It's got some rust on her, so she's not necessarily getting the nicest treatment, but I take care of my cars. I have a black one in the garage that will be getting way more better treatment because it's not rusty, it's just been in an accident, so it needs to be repaired. That one will become probably the race car. This one I will put power to it, but probably keep it a street car. Drivable, not too insane, maybe take it to the track here and there, and she'll be the beautiful rusty son of a gun. But this is the Trailblazer SS, or it might even be a second gen truck intake. The first ones I heard had some, they just don't pick up as much power, and this one supposedly does pick up a little bit more, and the Trailblazer SS and this one are very close. If it's not the same as the Trailblazer SS, it's hard to tell the difference right off the bat, but I'm pretty sure it's the Trailblazer SS. I'm not 100%. The injectors are from a 6-liter truck, same intake it came off of, you know, it was like a 6-liter, or it was one of the bigger ones. Junkyard parts, sometimes, you know, get your money's worth. As for rerouting, you know, lines to keep it within emissions, for now, I got evap lines ran, and you know, it's still got its PCV system, even though I will eventually think about deleting it depending on where I move. Got a reasonably fresh built 4T65E down there, which obviously garbage, no matter how well built it is. It's a total piece of crap. We're going to be upgrading to the 4T80E. I already have an engine in the garage that's got the earlobe cut off of it, and it's ready to be mounted up to one of them. I just got to cam swap it, and it's time and money. Got extra battery ran in the trunk, subwoofers, 2 12-inch JLs. Ran to a 1800 watt Alpine monoblock. I painted the alternator bracket. I had to cut a giant chunk off of it down there. It's kind of hard to see because everything's shoehorned very severely into this engine bay. But as much as it is an ugly thing to have done, it's beautifully ugly. I love it. This car is reasonably affordable still, which is mind-blowing in today's market, especially since ultimately I've had 2 of these and they're not expensive to work on, essentially. You know, the worst about it is the body parts, because they don't make them, and they have a little bit like the fenders. You know, the front fender is going to be outrageously expensive and you're not going to find one, and front bumper, I mean, stuff like that. those fancy parts. You'll get them from wrecked cars, but that's about it. Got a support across the front and the rear. I went with ZZP sway bar, thick sway bar up front, thicker one in the back, and then there's still parts that I need to upgrade, obviously, especially when I plan on doing the turbo and all that. I got a couple parts in the garage I'll eventually show you guys that I've picked up. I will say a big shout out to Brandon Furchess at LS4 King for coming up with all of the information you need to do pretty much any work to these vehicles, and he also makes parts for them. Dude's just a good guy to learn any information for on this platform. He has a bunch of videos on YouTube. Check him out. Thank you guys.